You can come to me for honesty. And I want to do a chill night stream, and I kind of want to talk with you guys a lot. I don't really care about the fucking game. That's when we play PUBG, right? I chose the life. I chose to try to do this, you know, full time. I could have, when I got laid off from my office job, I could have kind of like tried to scramble and get another job quickly. But I had the YouTube thing going. I said, what the hell? Let's see if we can make it work. Never expected it would. It did. Oh, yes, 11-year legacy. Actually, in reality, I didn't ever have to ask for anything at all until little pieces of shit like you ruined my income on YouTube. And, you know, YouTube ended up being basically the most time-consuming job I ever had. I'm too busy here at home with work, getting stuff done. But at the same time, being your own boss, playing games all day, having fun, and be mobile as you fire on people. Don't stand there being a sitting duck. How do you expect me to aim while moving when the frame rate dips below teens? It'd be one thing if the game was always a smooth 60 and I'm sliding and I can aim and shoot. Whenever I try to shoot, the game goes from like 50, 40 frames down to like 20 into the teens. There's no way you can move and fire on this version of the game. And actually enjoying what I do for work instead of hating my job like I always did. These fucking people was a lot different of an experience, you know what I mean? Quite frankly, now my life is much better than it ever was, like I said. Jackie Swerve, I wish. He says, perhaps by next year we can save up enough to not only get past tax stuff and everything, but pay for a honeymoon. My problem is, I don't even have enough for tax stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm barely getting by paying bills, and I know I'm going to have more problems later this year with taxes and stuff. It's like an endless cycle. I'm happily married. I have a great life here with my family. I have a ton of fun streaming with you guys all the time. Baldy says, you think when I'm done streaming, I could go into talks about entrepreneurship? Let me put it this way. I would never, ever, 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 ever in a million years think to do anything like, oh, I'm a guru or an expert on a topic like that or anything like that. If anyone ever had questions about it, I would answer them, honestly. But I would never presume that I myself was someone who should be, referenced and my business here.
First of all, if you pledge, you help me out directly with everything regarding the cost of operating this business.
I totally don't need to like run a profitable business or anything, you know. Everything that ever happened with me, I stumbled upon. When I started up with this, on doing YouTube full time and being an entrepreneur, it was the Wild West. It was no one had really done it before. No one had ever been like a variety content creator like me. Everyone else was like being like an authority on a certain kind of game and shit like that. And I was like the first guy to really break out and be like, wow, improv commentary on a variety of games, no specific limits on what you do or stuff like that. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I flubbed my way through most of it. So now I probably have some really good advice for people for the things that I've learned over the years. But no, I would never presume, oh yeah, I'm an expert entrepreneur and I'm going to tell you all about how to do it. No fucking way. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Me. Third choice, with all the hate and financial hurdles, you really believe this is the best your life could be? Well, let me put it this way. I met my wife as a direct result of all of my choices that I made up to this time. And I'm happier now being with her than I've ever been in my entire life. So the answer is yes. Because chances are, if I hadn't made the choices I'd made, the mistakes I'd made, I wouldn't have ever been in the position where I would have met her. You know what I mean? And that's like where all my happiness comes from. So, yeah, 100%. Even though life isn't perfect, even though things are bad financially, I'm always a believer that things are going to get better. And my personal life being at an all-time high, I absolutely am happy and I don't regret decisions. I'm really reliant on basically bringing in as much money as I can on streams. And if I have a slow time or whatever, it stresses me out. And it stresses me out. It does. Absolutely not. If it has to do with asshole detractors, I want nothing to do with it at all. I don't want to know about it. I got better things to do with my fucking time. I'll be very honest with everyone. Not once in my life, ever, have I been like, man, I've got this desire to have progeny. I need to pass on the bloodline. I need to pass on the Burnell legacy.
Thank you. Really, thank you.
He says, you ever think people would be driven insane to the point you'd be debating if there are really only two genders? Listen. To me, it's just like the least important issue on Earth. It literally is just no, there's just no point to the discussion. It doesn't affect me at all. No, Third Eye, I did not see any clip of another streamer losing her mind on stream. I don't want to see it. It was basically people were tweeting me on my day off about it, and I didn't care about it, and I had nothing to do with it. And then people start insulting me and saying that I'm her and stupid shit. I'm like, I don't fucking give a shit about any of this stupid shit. I'm not getting involved. Then people started asking me, what do you think of an attitude of people owe you subs? I said, absolutely not. No one owes me anything. I put out free content. If people like the content enough, if they find it entertaining enough, right? That, wow, someone's providing free content for me all the time, and I want that content to continue. I like that person and their personality, and I want to see them succeed. I'm going to contribute during a stream. That's completely their prerogative. It's their choice. No one should ever feel pressured into doing something that, just because they're not doing it doesn't mean that their viewership isn't valid. Like I said, I hope you had fun. Being that I knew people were enjoying the playthrough, I decided to go a little extra long today. As you saw, I went a whole extra hour on stream, which I hope you appreciate. Quite honestly, let me take a look, because I have not looked at stream numbers all day. My God, the stream numbers were terrible. Wow, what happened? We never even... Hold on. I'm actually trying to go back here. Did we ever even get close to 400? We didn't, did we? At least from what I could see. I can't see the entire length of the stream, but from what I can see, which is back till around like 3 p.m., it looks like we barely even had 300 on stream. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Listen, here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say, Jim Bob says that at one point we had around 350. Well, I mean, this is kind of ridiculous that I can't even get 400 people for a live stream anymore of new games. You know what I mean? It would be like new games. It's one thing if this were like an old game that I was playing, it was boring and, it was an older game most people didn't care about. It's a brand new game. And I can't even get 400 people on stream. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, I don't know. Like, I'll be honest with everyone. I enjoyed the stream today. I had a lot of fun. I did. I had a lot of fun playing this today. But what is the point of doing all the setup for the live stream? Right now, we're at the end of the stream. I've got 230 people on stream. Why? I'm confused. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But that's the thing. Now if I don't stream, people will complain. Why aren't I streaming? Well, because you didn't show up. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years as a fun hobby, just messing around. That before I even thought to monetize it, And I only started monetizing my shit because it was a chance that, I'd lost my office job and I needed to find something to do in a short term. I didn't know that it was going to turn into a job and shit. That's an incredibly entitled, insane mentality that you think that you're like God's gift to the world, that just because you turn your fucking stream on, people should start throwing you money. It's stupidity. What I'm going to do now is upload this to DSP Gaming. It's already 8:30. Normally I stop streaming at 9. I'm not going to do any more gameplay or anything tonight. So I do appreciate those who contributed. It just sucks that basically because this was a recap video, I got like no contributions tonight. I mean, I got 1 cheer and 1 tip. That sucks. I don't know how you can have a good time with someone if they're literally guilt tripping you and telling you to pay them every 5 seconds. Like, that's kind of fucked up. And you should really look in the mirror and reestimate what you're doing with your fucking life, because it sure as hell ain't worth a shit. If I ever was like that on a stream, with all the shit that people say and do about me over the years, can you imagine if on a single stream I would have been like that crazy demanding and been like, you absolutely need to contribute and you're ungrateful, you're a bum, you're a poor, you're a slob if you're not subbing to my channel. That's crazy, That's crazy. I'm sorry, it just is. That's like nuts. Cheering says, why don't you just make a DSP tries it once a month as fan service? Everyone asked for it and you just blew them off. How would you feel how would we feel that if we did that when you asked for tips? First of all, I am providing a free service for you on a daily basis. If you feel like contributing the tips, that's great. You don't have to. As I say on every pre-stream, contributions are greatly appreciated but not required. It's of people's own free will whether or not they contribute or not. I'm not forcing anyone to, right? And I'm already providing a free service. You are asking me to provide another free service on top of the free service I'm already providing, something that I have no interest in doing and didn't enjoy fucking doing when I did it, for your own personal benefit. It wouldn't benefit anyone. It's essentially the most entitled thing I've ever heard, what you're saying here right now, okay? So, you're an idiot. Thanks for the cheer. Cheered and said, how do you define content creation? Well, I don't know. See, that's a tough one. Some people would argue you just turn on a stream, you're a content creator. Other people would say, well, you're trying to make something meaningful, right? That anyone could turn on a stream, but unless you find something that's a meaningful piece of content that people would actually want to watch, then, you know, I don't know. For me, I don't really care. I don't get into the semantics of it. I've been putting out stuff on the internet for 11 years, and people tell me it's good, and they want to keep watching. So, there you go. I would say I'm a person not to ask, because I was making content before it was even called a content creator, right? I was called a YouTuber or a YouTube gamer back then. I wasn't even a content creator. Now content creator is the common terminology, so who knows what the hell that means, right? Excuse me.
Making terrible, 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 terrible content.
The 50-bit cheers, I thought you'd be able to define the term considering you often say you work your butt off. What does me working my butt off being a content creator have to do with actually defining the term content creator? Doesn't. Yes, anonymous $5 tipper. I agree. I have changed a lot. You know, back in the day when I started, even, you know, when I first started, when I had first moved to Washington versus now, like I said, the last 2 years have been a kind of an eye-opening journey for me, where I understood that making interactive content, more positive content, more fun content is better than doing negative stuff. And I stopped doing a lot of the old kind of patterns that I used to do. And I really do feel that I'm a better content creator overall now than I ever was. Oh, man. So I'm not a boomer, and I'm not Generation X. I'm apparently a millennial. Oh my God, excuse me.